Hi everyone. We have been just overwhelmed by some resounding feedback which has come over the last 2 days of the inaugural event of Capital Circuit. We are genuinely humbled. Very few sectors have an opportunity to impact the nation, and we genuinely believe that financial services is going to be at the forefront. Given our Prime Minister's overall vision of making India a 5 trillion economy by 2025 and a 40 trillion economy by 2047, credit and debt markets will need to play a center and instrumental role. Financial inclusion is the link between a thriving economy and empowered people. But financial inclusion cannot become a reality without equal and easy access to credit. The act of nation building, as we saw in some of the sessions yesterday, I was particularly moved by the session on ONDC, which is just going to transform e-commerce, like what we saw UPI doing to payments. The act of nation building coming back is done every day by individuals and businesses who are realizing their ambition and hopes and dreams together. Today, more than 160 million people and over 50.7 million businesses lack access to formal credit in India. But this picture is rapidly changing through a partnership between tech-led innovation and a very supportive regulatory environment. Case in point is what we are now seeing in the entire ecosystem reset between banks, fintechs, NBFCs, which will genuinely enable the last mile credit flowing in to the hinterlands of the country. The regulator has played an instrumental role over the last many years. RBI has been at the forefront of allowing innovation to thrive with a constant focus on monitoring and reducing systemic risk. The government supports to MSME throughout the pandemic, whether it was via national schemes such as Credit Guarantee Scheme, Partial Guarantee Scheme, Retail Direct Credit, and Credit Guarantee Funds, just stand out. And to my mind, with these interventions, we have genuinely bounced back of the pandemic, where it was no longer a liquidity risk or an issue, but we were largely going through a credit risk or a credit cycle. India continues to innovate with protocols such as OCANE and now ONDC. To my mind, we are building from India to the world. We are already seeing how many countries today globally are adopting or are looking up to UPI to transform their own payment ecosystem. We see ONDC also playing the same role as we move forward. Tech, to my mind, is one of the biggest enabler because that's the only thing which allows you to get time. And beyond that, tech is also going to be an enabler of efficiency and personalization at scale. The government has started an effective movement towards credit and access to credit for all. And at Yubi, I think we genuinely feel privileged that we are going to play an instrumental role as we take credit to the last mile and to fulfill the 5 trillion economy dream which our Prime Minister has. 5.1 billion people are using the internet and only starting to manage their money with it. The world's per capita GDP grew 10x due to the internet, and this will play out in the debt markets very soon. We are already seeing the retail part of capital markets already deepening, and I think we are just scratching the surface. We are here to serve the doers and the dreamers and create multiple win-win scenarios for the ecosystem to come together. In conclusion, economic inclusion is empowerment. India's debt market is more than close to over 69 lakh crores, which will grow multifold over the next few decades. But now it is on to us to deepen this market by enabling and collaborating together. The success of Indian enterprise will guarantee the upliftment of masses, and the key metrics such as GDP to per capita is something which is going to be a very important factor of how are we going to go and deepen the debt markets. India's global decade will be built on tech, access, and a support of regulatory environment, which is going to be the first of its kind globally. As we move forward, again in conclusion, and what you will see us assimilating and bringing it to you very soon. First of all, given the kind of love and support we have had, Capital Circuit is for us to build an overall robust ecosystem around credit and deepening of debt markets and access to credit in this country. Capital Market demonstrates our resolve and commitment to ensure that success of India's credit and broader fintech market. We are excited to return bigger, better, and stronger next April. We hope you will choose us to join as a collaborator, partner, contributor, and attendee. We will also be soon launching the State of Debt in India report to give a systemic overview of the opportunities and challenges before us. This will be followed by an interactive dashboard showcasing real-time data of India's credit market from a network of trusted sources. Again, on behalf of everyone at Yubi, I would like to thank all the participants. We have now had over 8 million impressions on different digital footprints. We have had great participation virtually. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we could not do it physically. And I would also like to thank all the speakers who just made the last 2 days extremely enriching for all of us who could spend our time. On behalf of, again, everyone at Yubi, thank you so much for taking out time and making this a phenomenal success. Thank you.